Hey, it's Keith from Outlaw Speed Shop, and this week is the Deep Junk Garage's Shop Truck Challenge. I'm using this 56 Flashsider from my collection as my casting. As always, if you like what you see, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell to get notified of all future videos. So yeah, this was a call out. Deep Junk Garage put up forth the challenge to build a shop truck, something that you would drive around in to pick up parts, cars, so on and so forth. So I always start off, to me the wheels make the car, so, or in this case the truck. I had some Gasser wheels. I'm not sure where I got them. They were on either a Nova or a 55 Chevy. Both the same anyway, so pretty much drill it apart. This is a very basic model. There's no interior. The glass is solid all the way around, and it's dark black plastic, so you can't see it. Can't see anything anyway. So, but that's okay. I just like the casting, and I like the 56 anyways. So, the wheels pretty much take it off. You get a basic all chrome chassis and base. I use my screwdriver because I know I'm going to be using axle tubes on this to widen or take the tabs off, because I'm not going to be using them anyways, and I'm going to have to grind it. The tapping's easy. There's only one screw, and it's a nice long post, so it works out really well. Sometimes you get really short posts you can't do anything with. I'm going to use my K&S 1/16 tubing. And pretty much what I'm going to do is you can't see it because my big ass hand's in the way. I'm just going to mark so that it fits all the way across. I cut it with my Dremel tool, and I always, if you've seen any of my other videos, I channel a little groove into each side where the wheels are going to fit in. So I use my axle tubes, stick it through the wheel, stick it into the tube, and then I'll just add a little bit of glue, and it keeps the wheel from sticking to the side of the tube. The issue became clearance. The backs were pretty simple. The fronts, I had some issues, not only with clearance on the body, but also on the chassis. So they have these little, Hot Wheels does it on all their cars, they have these little faux brake rotors that kind of stick down. That was rubbing on the ground, as was a lot of actually the front, because I got this I wanted this low because this is something I would drive around. I pretty much got to grind almost all the way up to the bumper. It took a lot to get all of it out of there. I took a little bit, I checked it, I took a little bit more, I checked it. It's just something that takes time, and you just got to keep trial and error, playing around with it until it fits in. And you got to widen the grooves obviously a little bit to be able to fit the larger the axle tubes in there, because it's twice the size of your actual original axles. So once I got it to the height I wanted, the inside of the inner fender wells were rubbing a little bit on the front wheels, even though they're real narrow. So I'm just going to use a grinding cone, I guess is what you'd call it, on my Dremel, just to clear out those. It wasn't rubbing by much, and I probably could have brought the tires in a little bit and shortened the axles, but I wanted this. I don't like the front tires sticking in further, so after stripping, I clean it with a wire brush to see what I'm dealing with for the body. And this body was horrible. A lot of casting lines everywhere. The front was the worst. Unfortunately, I need a closer, a different lens for my camera, but it is horrible. The actual process probably took me, I don't know, 3-4 hours. I didn't stick with it. I went out and had a drink, came back, but I'm using a combination of file, but mainly I'm using these soft sanding sticks, and these things work awesome. But you want to make sure you don't overdo it. But there was casting lines on the rear of the hood, the front of the hood, the fenders. It was everywhere. You can see I'm just kind of going slow, and there's a line that runs right across the front of the hood that just looked ridiculous. Um, so I'm trying to curve, you know, so I'm not sanding a flat spot. Again, it was kind of a pain, but it was fun. I didn't mind doing it, but definitely time consuming to make sure you get all these little casting lines out. Then I clean it with some steel wool, and just to see what I got. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I just like it to be shiny. But the steel wool works awesome. I think it's 4/0 if anybody's looking to use it for yourselves. Stuff I think I bought it at Walmart. And then obviously body prep is important. Cleaning it with some thinner, and you'd be amazed that even when you think it's clean, how much you actually still get off. You can see the towel there is black. The chassis, I clear coated with a dull clear to knock the chrome down, and then I used Citadel Chaos Black, which I love. The stuff goes on amazing. It's expensive as hell, but it goes on and looks awesome. Then I'm going to just put a little bit of glue to hold the axle tubes in that were already done. And I'm going to use a little setting spray just to help it along a little bit. The big thing here is the body, obviously. So I'm going to use some fine surface primer. And I ended up doing this twice, so the footage is a little wonky here. I'm using some Createx Pearl Copper, and my goal was I was going to paint it white. Then I masked off the tonneau cover, and I had a problem with the paint. I'm not sure, so I ended up stripping it. And I said, screw it, I'm not even going to bother masking off the tonneau cover. I'll do it after. So I still painted it, primed it white, but I ended up using the Createx Metallic Gold over the white, and it took like 8 coats to cover it, but it looks really good. And then just to prep the tonneau cover, I'm just sanding it white. I got some thick and thin Tamiya, I don't know what you guys call it, masking tape, and then I just painted the tonneau cover. Detail wise, the Citadel paints Null Oil for the grill as a dark wash, gets in the nooks and crannies and gives a little bit of depth. I'm trying this Model Master paint I picked up at Hobby Lobby. It's a Signal Light Red, and over the chrome that I dull coated already, went over. It actually looks really good. It's nice and bright, and you know, the chrome base had a lot to do with that, of course. I switch around to all kinds of things. You know, if it's got a color on it, I'll try to use it. So I kind of mixed a little bit between my Silver Sharpie and my Lead Belcher Citadel paint for the underneath, and then I made some exhaust pipes out of 1/16 aluminum tubing. I wanted it to come out before the rear wheels, so I just cut it with my cutoff wheel. I sand it down using my file. So I'm just dull coating with the Silver Sharpie the actual exhaust pipes. Then it's time for decals. I printed out a ton of them, and I wanted to have my logo on the tonneau cover. It's a hard tonneau cover, and obviously having the white base made it perfect. I could use a clear decal, but wait, there's more. I wanted to have a trailer, so I picked up an 18, I think it's a green light set. I got it at the Hobby Lobby. What a mistake. It took me so long to get the decals off. I had to sand it down. They would not come off. Absolutely did not. I had to sand the whole thing down with 180, then I had to go over it with 220, then I went over. It was just a pain in the neck. But once I got it all off, I did wipe it down with some mineral spirits. I didn't want to use lacquer thinner on the plastic. I masked off the aluminum kick plate in the front, and I'll end up masking off the air conditioner unit on the top. So this is going to get a thick coat of heavy gray primer first, because I had some scratches and crap that I just couldn't get out from me getting irritated with it trying to get the stickers off. And then I did use the white fine primer. And again, I'm using my Tamiya tape to mask off, because I'm going opposite. So on the truck it's gold with white, and I want to go a white top on gold top on this with a white sides, which worked out well because I wanted to put some signage on it. Same thing, I'm using the gold metallic. Took a lot of coats. Obviously you should have a gold base underneath. I just wanted it. I was looking for a certain shade of white. I'm sorry, a certain shade of gold. And it was worth putting a little extra effort in for coats. Decals, I put them on all 4 sides. I messed up. I thought I went to work and I printed out decals for like 8 projects, and I thought I printed these on clear. I ended up printing them on white. So granted, I'm putting it over white, but you can still, unfortunately, you can still see. But by then I'd ran out of clear decals, and time was running short on this project. So I just went ahead and did it. I figured if I put enough clear coat on it, you wouldn't notice, but you can still see it a little bit, but it is what it is. But I wanted to, you know, if I was picking up some parts or a car, I'd want my trailer to be fully wrapped, and I think it's something that you'd want to do anyways, because obviously you want to advertise your business. When it was all done, I put some hot rod sparkle over it all, except for the sides, but anything that was gold got the hot rod sparkle, which is a nice deep sparkle, a heavier metallic. I've got some, I believe it's called cosmic sparkle also, but it's a lot finer and it's harder to see under the light. So I detailed the nose of the truck. I put some red on the tail lights and marker lights and crap for the trailer, and then I'm going to clear it with that stuff right in front of you. Yeah, this was a fun project. I'm really glad Deep Junk decided to put this through. It's something I've actually been thinking about anyways, so the fact that he wanted to do it is awesome. And I'm going to put a link to his channel down below. Make sure you check it out and check out everybody that's participating. There's a lot of newer YouTubers that are joining in, so some that might not be on your subscription list, you may not get notified, so make sure you check all those out. Andy just put a video out on Saturday with all in there. I want to thank my Patreon members: Chris Smith, Joey Williams, Kristen Stanaland, Steve Mance, William Robinson, Devil's Details Diecast, Matchbox Garage, and Alvarez's Diecast Customs, and Jim Silva. Their links for the YouTube stuff is down in the description below. Huge thanks to them. So, time for the reveal. This is what I started with. Just a, granted it's brand new, but it needed some work. So it's just a matter of putting it together and showing you some pictures and video. I want to thank again Deep Junk for putting this challenge through. I want to thank you guys for watching, all the comments. I'm almost at 10,000 as of this video for subscribers, and I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you on the next one.